relationship and consider her options without being excessively swayed. It seems that Mendeecees continued to regulate both their private and public responses. Sources claim that he spoke to friends about the complex dynamics at work, advisors as well as relatives. According to sources, despite his goals being compassion and acknowledging Tamar's friendship, the emotional and public aftermath had led to unexpected problems. It seems that the challenge of striking a balance between his own goals and public image made his daily interactions more tense and introspective. Additionally, according to accounts, the extended family actively helped and arbitrated disagreements amongst all parties. Some family members allegedly offered guidance on communication and emotional support, while others reportedly emphasized the need of privacy and maintaining dignity in the face of public scrutiny. Command. Despite their well-meaning intentions, these interventions are accused of adding extra aspects to the already complicated issue by highlighting the interplay of human relationships, public image, and emotional risks. Fans reportedly remained deeply engaged in the drama as it progressed. Insiders claim that social media trends, internet discussions, and the opinions of influential individuals continued to dominate talks. The ongoing conversation was sparked by speculating about potential conflicts, reconciliation, and upcoming events, which produced a dynamic atmosphere where public opinion may influence perceptions and feelings. It seems that Tamar, Mendeecees, and Yandy had greater trouble discreetly managing their own emotions because the never-ending cycle of observation and speculation. As the days turned into weeks, it seemed that the situation began to shift. Insiders advised both parties to think more deeply, assessing the repercussions, emotions, and lessons discovered throughout the fight. Reports state that Yandy evaluated her emotional boundaries and priorities. Tamar focused on expressing thanks while keeping an eye on the bigger picture, while Mendeecees tried to maintain good connections and make goals clear. The ongoing reflection seems to have enabled both personal growth and thoughtful decision-making, even in the face of persistent public criticism. Reports state that each person's friends and advisors remained essential sources of support. Sources claim that they offered guidance on how to control one's emotions, speak clearly, and maintain one's dignity in public. It seems that everyone found it simpler to overcome challenges when supportive voices were present, providing guidance and viewpoint at times of intense emotion. The public and media closely monitored events in the interim. Insiders claim that even seemingly little conversations, gestures, and statements were highlighted, creating a continuous backdrop of curiosity and criticism. Social media trends reportedly continuing to have an effect, with followers actively discussing potential results, reasons, and emotional consequences. Reports state that the interaction cycle increased the complexity of the scenario by combining private sentiments on public opinion. Ultimately, insiders said that what was occurring illustrated the intricate connection between emotional effect and providing perspective. It is reported that the automobile gift, which was intended to be a thoughtful act, caused everyone involved to reflect, talk, and assess themselves. The situation demonstrated how challenging it may be to maintain emotional purity and relationship clarity while navigating public notoriety. As the narrative developed, sources disclosed that each participant had to reassess their own boundaries, communication styles, and interpersonal connections as a result of the experience. Mendeecees considered the many ways his deeds may be interpreted. Yandy emphasized how important it is to protect emotional health. Additionally, it is said that Tamar considered the tactful ways in which demonstrations of thanks may be sent. The confluence of these ideas is considered to have produced opportunities for growth, understanding, and future deliberate decision-making. Reports state that the shifting conditions increased the impact of social media and media coverage on public opinion. Insiders claim that every conversation, interaction, and growth was filtered via analysis, speculation, and opinion, emphasizing the complex relationship between individual conduct and public opinion. For Mendeecees, Tamar, and Yandy, the incident highlighted the need to carefully manage interpersonal relationships in the face of external demands, finding a balance between public scrutiny and deeds of kindness, gratitude, and emotional clarity. In conclusion, Sources said that although the luxury automobile gift began as a simple token of appreciation, it eventually turned into a focal point for public attention, emotional evaluation, and relationship reevaluation. Mendeecees' goals, Tamar's gratitude, and Yandy's decision to leave the home were all interwoven in a tale that highlighted the challenges of social relationships in public. The events highlighted the significance of communication, self-reflection, and emotional boundaries by showing how gestures, perceptions, and emotions may combine to generate both difficulty and advancement. The events surrounding Mendeecees' surprising gift to Tamar Braxton had fans in awe and fascination. Yandy's decision to go while this tragic scenario unfolds. As friends, relatives, and the public expressed their thoughts on each step, the family was divided, and feelings were burning hot from all sides. The lavish gift, which was intended to show gratitude and consideration, instead provoked discussion, reflection, and intense disagreement, highlighting the delicate balance between interpersonal relationships and public perception. Each party is still clearly selecting their own path with much care and consideration. Tamar has handled the attention and evaluated her relationships with poise and thoughtfulness, whereas Mendeecees is still dealing with the consequences of his actions and the opinions of the public. Yandy's decision to withdraw demonstrates a strong commitment to her emotional well-being and personal boundaries, underscoring the importance of preserving one's dignity in trying and scrutinized circumstances. Fans are left to speculate about what may occur in the next chapter. Will this situation permanently change relationships, or would there ever be a chance for reconciliation? The familial dynamic leaves observers feeling a mix of amazement, optimism, and speculation. The public individual decisions and reactions are always evolving. You get a close-up look at all the action and happenings as a spectator. Please use the comment area to share your thoughts and forecasts. Below. What do you think will happen to Yandy and Tamar Mendeecees? Do you believe the gift was innocuous, or did it result in more problems? Don't hesitate. Your opinions are included in the conversation. Kindly click like and subscribe to the channel. And if you liked seeing this compelling story and would want to be updated on every surprising twist, you won't miss any updates, responses, or new developments in this way. Responses or an update. Fans were shocked to learn that Yandy Smith, Mendeecees, and Tamar Braxton's life had taken an unexpected turn. Insiders claim that Mendeecees surprised Tamar with a fancy automobile, which sparked uproar and generated questions on social media right away. Witnesses' emotions were running high as they questioned the timing, reasons, and consequences of such a risky action. Is this extravagant present a forgiveness sign, a publicity stunt, or something far more subtle? When Yandy supposedly departed the home after the revelation, splitting the family and confusing fans, insiders surmise that tensions may have reached a breaking point. Conjecture has only been fueled by rumors of passionate arguments, personal meetings, and lasting hostility. The narrative has been the talk of reality TV circles across the globe as tensions escalate and emotions erupt. As followers examine each cryptic message, one question remains unanswered, and posts on social media. How will these disastrous occurrences change relationships, reputations, and the core values of this well-known household? Prepare yourself for a whirlwind of drama, shocks, and shocking disclosures as we explore the upheaval surrounding Tamar, Mendeecees, and Yandy's most recent scandal. The report erupted like a thunderclap late yesterday night, sending admirers into a frenzy on social media in shock. Insiders claim that Mendeecees offered Tamar Braxton an unexpected luxury automobile as a present, and the effect of this deed extended much beyond a simple gesture of generosity. According to those close to the stars, this gift produced chaos in the household, making everyone question their motivations and loyalties and raising emotions. The atmosphere was reportedly tense from the minute the automobile was on show, and friends and onlookers recalled scenes of both amazement and terror. Many wondered whether this conspicuous behavior was indeed accidental, or if it was a premeditated activity meant to provoke debate and garner public interest. According to insiders, Tamar was stunned when she first saw the automobile. Her eyes were large, her hands were trembling, and her countenance was a mix of astonishment and delight. As stated by her friends, the car itself, a pricey limited edition model that reportedly cost several $100,000, is a symbol of distinction and luxury. A close source claims that she just couldn't accept it. Her expression was a combination of astonishment and emotion. Meanwhile, Mendeecees' companion, the revelation reportedly caught Yandy Smith off guard. It was one of those situations that seemed surreal, like a scene from a play. Her emotions were clearly running high as she thought about the implications of the gift. Their relationship underwent a dramatic shift when she ultimately moved out of the home. The present's excessive quality and timing shocked fans. Insiders claim that Tamar has been coping with a variety of personal and professional challenges, including continuing disputes with friends and co-workers as well as job discussions. Following the unexpected appearance of the expensive automobile, fans on social media seemed to begin guessing about Mendeecees' motives. Some questioned if this was a genuine gesture meant to impress Tamar, while others speculated that it was an effort to control the narrative around his personal life or influence attention. The uncertainty of the issue led to heated online debates, with followers scrutinizing each post, comment, and video clip for potential ramifications. Inside the residence, tension reportedly escalated right away. Neighbors reported hearing loud shouting, doors slamming, and heated arguments in the early hours after the car's arrival. One neighbor said that the disputes could be heard from the street. There was a lot of sobbing and swearing. People close to Tamar said that she struggled with the duality of the situation, feeling both appreciative of the present and annoyed by the possible negative public and personal effects. It was like seeing a real-life reality program. Mendeecees was apparently approached by her, who questioned his intentions and if this showy display was genuine or a publicity stunt. According to insiders, Yandy responded quickly and decisive. After witnessing the car and the social media postings about it, she allegedly packed her things and left the home, demonstrating how strongly she felt about the situation. According to friends, she appeared composed but obviously distressed, suggesting that her relationship with Mendeecees may be in danger. The apparently stable home was suddenly upended, causing stress for everyone involved. The merits of Yandy's approach were immediately contested online, with some supporters praising her decision and others charging her with overreacting. Beyond the tension at home right now, the implications of the automobile donation were more extensive. Insiders claim that Tamar's management team was concerned about the public's reaction to such an extravagant gift. Some said that it showed how close Tamar and Mendeecees were, while others viewed it as potentially damaging and questioned her position and public image. As sources disclosed that Tamar had been working on many new collaborations and appearances, fans started to question if the gift was part of a planned marketing campaign or simply a spontaneous gesture. Social media reactions were swift and intense. As hashtags linking Tamar, Mendeecees, and Yandy began to trend, fans were scrutinizing every action and photo. Images of Tamar standing next to the stunning vehicle swiftly gained popularity, with comments hinting at mystery. Scandal and betrayal? While discussions on loyalty, trust, and personal limits centered on Yandy's departure, memes and fan reaction produced a dramatic narrative that depicted Mendeecees as both manipulative and compassionate. Public opinion was split by intense debates on who was right, who was wrong, and if the affair had more complicated elements. Friends and insiders reportedly confirmed to the fact that this automobile gift was not an odd occurrence. Insiders claim that Mendeecees had been preparing many gestures, such as little gifts and handwritten notes, all supposedly meant to impress Tamar. They said that because of the increased attention, Yandy's response was more acute. It was everything that came before the automobile, according to a source. Every little gesture, every covert encounter, all of which culminated in the final appearance of the automobile. This understanding provided perspective for those who wanted to understand the intensity of enthusiasm underlying the events taking place. It resembled the beginning of a storm. According to reports, Tamar experienced a range of emotions. Insiders claim that she found it difficult to strike a balance between the extravagance of the now and the possible consequences. She allegedly expressed her conflicted feelings to intimate friends, acknowledging her happiness but worrying about the larger implications. "It's beautiful, but it makes things so complicated," she reportedly said, adding a personal touch to the drama. It made the spectacle's human aspect visible to spectators. The worst storms may sometimes be caused by the most kind deeds. Yandy reportedly sought solace and direction from friends after leaving the residence in an effort to process what had happened. Friends evaluated if this incident described her as both motivated and devastated, indicating either a temporary or permanent rupture in their relationship. Because of the public scrutiny and personal stakes controlling conversations on social media and fan forums for reality TV. As the story developed, further fights between Tamar and acquaintances or family members were said to have occurred. Insiders recounted contentious discussions, some including accusations and calls for explanation, while others included concerns. The attention of the general public and the personal crises converged to produce a multi-layered narrative that combined real-life ramifications with the emotional intensity of reality TV drama. Supporters conjectured about the potential outcomes for everyone concerned as they eagerly awaited more details. The ongoing turmoil also highlighted the relationship between individual behavior and public perception. Despite its generosity, the gift came to symbolize deeper disagreements and unresolved conflicts. Because of the excitement generated by each social media post, fans were glued to their screens and eager for updates. Gossip, insider information, and media post. The story illustrated the complexity of celebrity relationships, the impact of media exaggeration, and the emotional consequences of a single conspicuous act. Insiders also hinted about other confrontations and shocks that have not yet been disclosed. The narrative of the vehicle gift, Tamar's reaction, and Yandy's departure continued evolving, creating an ongoing spectacle that captivated viewers and dominated discussions. Analysis of fans' every tweet, post, and video clip, interpreting intents and actions and igniting an endless conversation. The story's combination of wealth, treachery, and inner agony made it compelling, ensuring that it would be the primary subject of conversation about entertainment in the next weeks. Despite all the turmoil, the stakes remained very personal. Tamar's emotional condition, Yandy's reaction, and Mendeecees' objectives all combined to form a complicated web of relationships and reactions. Sources described ongoing conversations, reflective ideas, and public speculation that together resulted in a tale of intrigue, tension, and suspense. Every little detail, from a choice of gifts to a facial expression, became a discussion starter, emphasizing the elevated sensitivity and the intensity of the emotions at play. Social media, fans expressed their opinions, creating conversation threads and popular hashtags that explored every facet of the gift and its fallout. Some condemned the act as reckless, pointing out that such a high-profile display would possibly exacerbate tensions, while others hailed it as a caring and generous gesture. The abrupt departure of Yandy from the residence raised concerns about the severity of her emotional anguish and if this event marked the end of her relationship with Mendeecees, which exacerbated the problem. Insiders claim that she departed as a protective, both a personal declaration and a precaution to leave an abruptly unstable environment. Insiders claim that the gift of the automobile acted as a catalyst for long-simmering issues in the household, exposing long-standing disagreements. According to witnesses, conversations that had been polite or moderate suddenly became heated, with accusations and suspicions appearing one after the other. According to Tamar's friends, she was uneasy about the attention her relationship with Mendeecees has been receiving, particularly the increasing scrutiny from photographers and fans. She never anticipated it blowing out like this, according to one insider. It seemed like a kind gesture to her, yet it was made more difficult by the focus and timing. Its weight touched everyone. The reactions from Mendeecees' loved ones were equally informative. Reports state that a number of friends and family members made an effort to step in and try to calm the mounting emotions and prevent more unrest. Reconciliation was difficult, however. Because of the intense feelings and the public awareness of the issue, insiders claim that as Tamar battled to manage public opinion, Mendeecees had to strike a balance between her sentiments of gratitude and caution. The home, which had formerly been quite tranquil, was now characterized as a battleground of emotional and psychological conflict, with unresolved issues and unanswered questions pervading every conversation. Meanwhile, Yandy's supporters expressed their outrage and compassion on social media. Remarks varied from encouraging her to criticize Mendeecees' judgment and devotion in order to stop the relationship entirely. According to sources, the family was divided, with some members defending Yandy and others attempting to minimize or justify the significance of the current moment. Tamar's friends reportedly voiced their thoughts as well, with some encouraging her to be cautious about how the public views her connection with Mendeecees, with others praising the act as an affirmation of their bond. Due to the combination of public remarks and private sentiments, all parties were under more stress and had less time for reflection or confidentiality. The entertainment industry also saw what was going on. Insiders, media sources, and because of the story's potential for dramatic material, filmmakers were closely monitoring it. Reality TV viewers anxiously awaited updates, looking forward to confrontations and plot twists that would make the program more intense. In the next weeks, public appearances, interviews, and articles may be impacted by the automobile gift, according to many sources. Because of the combination of media attention and personal turmoil, every action, speech, and post was scrutinized for significance, resulting in ongoing discourse. According to sources, Tamar was caught between dread and excitement. It seems that she struggled with the implications of such a prominent gift. Friends said that while she was grateful for the kind gift, she spent hours discussing it with close friends in an effort to figure out how to respond in public without causing further controversy. As said by Anne, she felt nervous and thrilled at the same time. She was aware that everyone would be watching her, and that her actions may be taken in unexpected ways. This emotional contradiction highlighted the complexity of her circumstances and showed how private acts might have unanticipated consequences when amplified by media and societal scrutiny. Yandy's perspective remained at the center of the narrative, so pay attention. According to reports, she was feeling insulted, betrayed, and confusion after leaving the home. She was described by insiders as considerate yet steadfast in her determination to prioritize her emotional well-being. Leaving was stated to have allowed her to recover control over a situation that had become out of control, despite the fact that it was distressing. Friends noted that Yandy's choice resonated with many of her admirers, who valued her courage and persistence in setting boundaries in the face of personal and public upheaval. It seems like Mendeecees attempted to resolve the issue by both being defensive and informative. He asserted that the present was meant to be a surprise and a celebration of friendship, rather than a deliberate provocation, according to sources. But the timing and visibility of the gestures muddled the narrative and left room for speculation and interpretation. Mendeecees, Yandy, and Tamar's disparate divergent opinions created a stressful, confusing, and very emotional dynamic that fostered ongoing discussion among fans, friends, and family. According to insiders, there were several dramatic interactions, both in public and in private, as the story developed. While friends and media allegedly reached out to Tamar for explanation, Mendeecees reportedly had contentious discussions with Yandy's representatives. The interplay between media attention and human interactions amplified every contact, making the situation seem more precarious. Because of the high stakes and intense emotions, misunderstandings, assumptions, and accusations spread swiftly, making a situation that is already stressful more difficult. Fans and onlookers were captivated. Social media activity reportedly surged, with thousands of posts, shares, and comments examining each step. Memes, as well as by identifying motivations, predicting outcomes, and sometimes exaggerating small details for dramatic effect, fan commentary produced vivid stories. The ongoing hypothesis, which combined the idea that the crisis was larger than life, was reinforced by combining elements of truth, performance, and public opinion into a single, highly charged narrative. According to insiders, the impact of the gift might influence future interactions amongst everyone. Relationships, personal decisions, and professional opportunities are said to have been negatively impacted by the fallout, making every step forward possibly harmful. Because of the story's emotional depth, public awareness, and interpersonal conflict, it remained a topic of intense attention and debate. Fans reportedly kept the narrative alive and evolving by conjecturing about possible reconciliations, further drama, or whole new occurrences. In the middle of the chaos, Tamar seemed to carefully control her emotions. Insiders claim that she had long talks with close friends and advisors, balancing the gift's sentimental worth in contrast to the potential harm caused by public perception. Due to the tension between public recognition and self-gratification, every decision has both strategic and emotional importance. Insiders claim that her cautious demeanor was a reflection of her awareness of the high stakes and intense attention surrounding the event. More speculation resulted from Yandy's persistent departure from the residence. Insiders claim that she took some time to consider her choices, speak with close friends, and balance the emotional cost of remaining in a relationship marked by perceived betrayal against the burden of facing public criticism. Her actions seem to demonstrate both strength and weakness, providing a varied perspective on the emotional complexity of well-known marriages. The rising drama surrounding the car gift was influenced by debate, emotion, and public attention. Insiders claim that discussions between friends, family, and co-workers added additional levels of stress by revealing the far-reaching consequences of what first seemed to be a single personal act. Analysts and fans alike were enthralled with the tale that was both very personal and quite dramatic because of the way that public perception and emotion interacted with tension. As day turned